Hey, it's Kat. And I left the courthouse a while ago. I was uploading pictures and videos to my news agency that reps my work. A lot of strange things are going on. I was given a photograph, actually two photographs, that show Jose Baez with a couple of lawyers. I guess they had a conference, but it was like some of the top lawyers in America. Anyway, it's on my Twitter timeline. I'll post the pictures on this video as well. However, the first picture is Jose Baez first, Sean Hawley second, and then the other lawyers. So, one of my issues about lawyers in LA that I noticed that happened in my case, it's very difficult to find lawyers that are actually have the best interest of the client. Sometimes they're doing deals with each other. I'm not saying Baez or the bull in the china shop, George, or Matthew are guilty of that. I have no idea. All I'm saying in my case, when I went to court as a victim, and the police department, the Beverly Hills Police Department was like telling me I need a lawyer. And I was like, why do I need a lawyer? I'm the victim. But that's how people get down in this town. They get lawyers to broker deals, to get victims silence by not pressing charges and being paid off. I didn't do that. I actually went to court to go against the people that assaulted me or were responsible for my assault. So anyway, I know how painful and scary it is to go and try and knock on doors and make phone calls to lawyers begging for help and them not helping you. I know what it's like to feel abandoned, alone, and scared shitless. So maybe that's why it's very difficult for me to let go of this case. I wish I could. I don't know why I keep getting information and I keep being drawn to help in any way I can. I'm just being a vessel, you know what I'm saying? This isn't fun, per se. This is painful. This is like giving birth. Not that I ever gave birth before, but all I'm trying to say is it just keeps getting weirder and weirder, and it just seems like the opposition is playing games, like laughing and twisting the law to their advantage. And the ethics and the rules of law that I thought were in place are just thrown out the window. And it gets back in my head about how they use this case. They use Megan Thee Stallion as a ruse to say they cared about black female victims. I don't believe them. I really don't. Based on my situation, I definitely don't believe it. And also, even though it was a while ago, even recently, people use people. People use people for their own agenda under the guise that they're helping or they really care. They don't. I don't believe it. I just feel like it's a win for the prostitution of the law, also known as the prosecution. Alexander Bott and Kathy Ta, I don't understand this case because the evidence is missing. The gun wasn't put into evidence. The fragments from her feet are not in or foot, because we don't even know if it was both feet or one foot because she changed her story. That's missing. The bullets are missing. You can't test the gun because you don't have the gun, and you can't test the bullets because you can't test the... Nothing's there. The hard evidence isn't there. And I know I'm a big fan of Law and Order SVU, but I thought you had to have evidence besides a one witness's testimony that changed because she said he shot her different ways, at least 3 different ways. But I've never seen a case where a witness / victim could lie. And it was said to the jury that that was okay. Never seen that in my life. I feel like this is a very dangerous case. And they're setting a very dangerous precedent. And I don't like what they're doing. But nobody really cares, do they? And I was saying to Raven earlier, reminding her that this is the same courthouse that the family of Terry Carter sued Suge Knight civilly for the murder of Terry Carter, the head of their household. And they lost. And there was video evidence of Suge Knight running over Terry Carter not once, but twice. And they lost their civil suit. So for Alexandra the Lesser bot and Kathy Tada to say they care about black females, or my whole thing is, it shouldn't be you care about a color or a group of people. You should care about the law. You should care about the law. And you should care about doing your job well. You know? It's really sad. It's really like everything that I believed in or thought was possible to be true turned out to be a lie, especially in LA. Justice doesn't matter. Who's got the most money and the most power matters. And they just shove it down your fucking throat. But I'll give you an example. You know, I sell merchandise online. And I've been so busy over the last couple of weeks. I haven't, and also months actually, but I haven't been up to date on my Poshmark. And I haven't really checked in on my Etsy because I thought I turned my Etsy off. And it turned out like over 6 days ago, somebody bought something from me. And I didn't know because I hadn't checked my other email. But because it was late and because I normally ship almost same day, I ended up sending that person another item. Like they got 2 for the price of 1 because I felt like I didn't do my job at the way I wanted to do it. I normally perform on time consistently, but because of this case and other issues, I've slipped up. And I don't have to be perfect, but what I'm saying is if I make a mistake, I try to correct it. What I see in this case, I feel like just like Wiggins used Nick at NyQuil to turn her into a vigilante about enhancements and also being a cheerleader for Megan, the microaggressive square pants, smallpox in black folks' trust of the media and the mouthpiece of the prostitution. Just how Nick at NyQuil just kept giving her a platform no matter what she did, even though she lied. It just, I don't understand these people. I really don't. It's all about like clout and being right and being cool, I guess, or getting paid. But also I find it hilarious. I don't think Nick at NyQuil and Wiggins ever had to worry about getting paid on YouTube, ever. And I would I would gander, because they're pushing a narrative, and that narrative helps Horsey and the people that manage her. They can funnel money to those people pushing the agenda. And Wiggins is a master manipulator. He should be hired as a PR person, like a psych ops PR person, because I watched his skill at flipping someone, turning Nick at NyQuil to a weapon to push the agenda. She didn't even notice it. Her ego is such that she doesn't even know it. She would deny it, but other people saw when Wiggins was yelling at her in the hallway, and she looked really upset. And then she turned. He said, "Hey, I can make sure you make a lot of money. I can show you how." So she aligned herself with her abuser and ended up doing exactly what he wanted her to do. So, again, I don't know where this is going. I don't know. This is such a strange situation. But I do believe the lawyers were not prepared correctly for that motions hearing. There's so many things they could have attacked the case. One is evidence. Where's the evidence? The evidence is missing. You're trying to send someone away without the gun, the bullets, the fragments. That's number one. Number two is ineffectual counsel. Supposedly, Baez put an addendum to the motions, and that's on there. But that should definitely be for George, personal injury attorney to Megan Thee Stallion. Definitely on him. Conflicting counsel, totally agree. Sean Colley was compromised, and she quit 2 weeks before the trial. And like I told you guys before, I've been investigating this case on my own dime since December, and I'm still finding out shit. So for her to leave 2 weeks before the trial is what's that word? I can't think right now. Incontrovertible or something. But anyway, that's number 3. What else is there? Oh yeah, the evidence of Megan's injury. Was it a foot? Was it a feet? What was it? And then 5 is the doctor's note. First one says glass. The other one, who's not in the emergency room, that took out like the stitches, says it's bullet fragments. But he's also connected to Rock Nation. Number 6, put out Rock Nation in this shit. Put out a number 7, media bias. How the media was bought and paid for. You can show that via Megan Cuniff, TMZ, and their fucking hit piece documentary, Megan versus Tory Lanez, whatever. Alex Spiro is all in that shit. BET, which is owned by Viacom, which also owns MTV, which Rock Nation has a ton of clients probably pushing their music. Oh my God. Oh, Megan's ability to use social media to defame Tory while he had a ball gag order. And then she's also saying that, he was using his power to talk about her, which is insane. Everything Megan did, she blamed Tory for doing. It's called projection. I don't know where this shit's going. I really don't. I hope somebody actually is helping Tory and not just stealing his money. But this is Kattalestv TV. See you. Oh yeah, Tina Turner passed away. And I'll talk about that at another time. But anyway. Bye.